Hello, hello. Welcome to the first monochrome stream. My name's Cody Zine, and we'll be working out some kinks, getting everything together. But thank you for joining us. So today we are working on the first character for the game, called the Scout. And to give a brief intro to the game, so we have a level playing field of what we're doing here is monochrome is a world where there is no color, and there are individuals who turn color for the first time, and they are labeled as hues, and they are outcast from society, and they're hunted down. And so we have a feature film and a comic book that are based in this world, and now we're going to start creating assets for the game. So we're really excited about that. And why not do some of that together? So that's what we'll be doing. So this is the first antagonist. This will be a bad guy that you will face in the game, and he's called the Scout. I do want to give a shout out to our artists, Cairo Rocha and Liko. They are comic book artists, and they've carried over and to help us do these concept drawings for all the characters for the game. So just do great work. So thank you guys for that. So this is our Scout character. Each of the characters is going to kind of progress in difficulty, obviously, as games do. So this on the right side here is a program called VoxEdit, and this is what we'll be creating all of the assets in, all the characters in for the sandbox. So shout out to the sandbox as well. If you guys don't know what the sandbox is, it's pretty amazing. To be able to think of a world, think of a game that you want to play or participate in or build, and you can pretty much do it, pretty much do anything. So it's really exciting. And they're just getting started. So check it out at sandbox.game. A lot of really cool stuff. So it's been really a lot of fun kind of learning that the last few months and kind of immersing myself in kind of learning that the last let's jump into this and get that stuff out of the way. So what I've done is in VoxEdit, I've opened up just the basic template for the humanoids, and we are going to take the left side and create it on the right side. So the first thing, we'll probably start with the head. So if I click on this, I can click on this little pencil and I'll open just the head here. So we need to get rid of all of these colors here, because again, especially being the bad guys, they don't have any colors. So we're just going to start a new palette, and we'll be removing these colors as we go. So the first thing we'll do is probably get rid of his skin tone. This eyedropper tool here will allow me to select color, and over here we can see what color that is. So now if I change this color, it will change all of the blocks. It's called voxels. It will allow me to change all of them at the same time, so you can drag them around and do that. However, let's undo that real quick. We're going to stay as true as possible with his skin tone, but in a grayscale form. So if I drag that all the way over, it'll be a little too white. So we're gonna bring that down just a tad. It's probably one of the trickiest things about building the black and white visual stuff, because it's not like a video or photo where you just turn it black and white, but you're choosing the grays and whites and blacks. So we'll probably edit this as we go, but let's snag these eyebrows here. Make them gray. And we'll probably do, I just want to get rid of the color so we know what we're working with, but we'll probably do most of the forms today. And then the coloring and all of the fine detailing will knock out Friday. So I just want to kind of get this started so we don't have these silly colors messing started. Okay, so his eyes are what's left. Just baby there. And let's see. His dark hair, which we're about to just erase anyway, so it doesn't really matter. That one. Okay. Nope, there's a little piece. That one. Okay. See that? Nope, there's a little right there. Okay. See that? Nope, there's a little right there. Okay. So we got rid of the color. That's good. Okay. So we got rid of save as we go because we don't want any. Save as we go. News bears. There we go. Okay. So let's see. Okay. First, let's just start with this facial expression, like the most basic thing. So eyebrows. What we're gonna do is, if I take this paintbrush tool, I can paint the voxels that are already there, as opposed to adding one. So he's kind of got this. Actually, first we need to decide if he's going to be wearing the goggles, or if they're going to be on his head. What do we think? Goggles on his head or over his eyes? The other characters, which we haven't showed yet. There's an echo. How about now? Is that better? Better. Check. Slight delay, so I'm waiting to see if that's good. Check. That might be good. See. Okay, thank you. All right. So, let's mess with the eyebrows and then we'll decide on the goggles. It's probably going to cover up the eyebrows, but he's pretty not happy. Even if we just did this, right? And made him slightly angry. Oh, wait, no, that's not what I wanted. It's not quite like that. Let's, I guess he did have a longer one. Good to go. Thank you, guys. I don't think his eyebrows seem to go to the edge of his face. No. Yeah, I think we might do the goggles over his head. So, if we do that, let's pick a good color for that. The other tricky part is, since the face is only limited, what are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 voxels across. You can only make so many shapes with that. So while the photo, he has round goggles. Can't even do super round. So we're going to make it work. So let's build up what we can do, which would be something like this. So let's do that all the way across here. It'll look weird because we can see his eyeballs, but that's okay. Let's get rid of his eyebrows for right now. No. There we go. Okay. Now let's go a tad lighter on the lenses and we'll mess with that, but it's throwing me off seeing his eyeball peeking through there. All right. So that's pretty good. You know, I'm wondering, we got to bridge the nose with the nose piece, but I'm wondering if we don't just move these over. Right? Make these a little bit bigger. So they're not as round as the photo, but it's a little more menacing that way. Let's stay with that for right now. Now I'm guessing he kind of is bald under that skull cap, so let's remove this hair so we know what we're working with here. And then we'll recolor his head. He does have quite a big beard, but we'll add that back in later. All right, and I'm going to turn on, so these buttons up here allow you to see the borders of each voxel in different modes. I don't even know what they're called. Nice edges, which is typically what I like. It allows you to see, especially when you're dealing with colors very similar, it allows you to see the depth of what you're doing. So let's do that. So I'm not like cutting off actually in his skin. Another cool trick is the button up here. These three allow you to split the planes so that you can do the same thing on both sides, right? Which, like if I delete this side, it's also going to delete that side, which kind of speeds things along as long as you're doing non-asymmetrical stuff. As long as you remember to turn it off when you're done. It's kind of tricky. Yes, sir, Joseph. Hey, thanks for coming. We'd love it if more people were in here. Just shaving this guy's head, you know. Let's see here. It looks really funny when he's got hair down here like this. So let's get this kind of cleaned up. Make him like a box head. Delete that one. Okay, so now we can kind of see what we're working with here. And let's clean that up. Okay. So the first thing we'll do, let's go back to the goggles and kind of complete those since it's kind of the focal point of his head. So he's got a pretty thick band on these, so I think we'll do 2 voxels all the way back. And then we might just fake it to 1 over the ear. You know what, let's try. It looks like these are more like a stretchy band than behind the ear resting there. So see, it did both sides, so it kind of helps out. Okay. And these are really big goggles. I think I do want to go back to the roundness. Yeah, 5 head. Thank you. So let's raise it up a whole nother row. What do we think? All right, then we'll add the border back. So a little trick we can do to give it a little more depth since we're only working with basically his face. Oh, there's dogs. His face and then the goggles is, instead of adding a voxel or deleting voxel there, is we just add the color there, right? So if I do this, it's still there. I don't really like the edge one. And you could probably do it here too. Not a fan of that one. Let's go with that for right now. I don't know. The horizontal ones might have been better. Yeah, I think I'm liking that. We can always change it, but let's go with this. Okay. So we got his goggles. Let's change. He's not smiling. So let's remove. Oops. Let's remove these. He's kind of got this not so happy frown. So that's a little exaggerated. So why don't we meet in the middle here? And then we'll take this one back. Let's start with that. Let's do some facial hair. All right, so I think we'll add a new color, or not color for that. They're called not colors because there are no colors. Okay, so this will be a 3. We'll add voxels on this because we want it to kind of stick out. So let's see. Let's give him this down to his chin. We'll do across here. And then we're gonna go to the edges. Just get a basic shape, step back and see what it looks like. All right, so now his sideburns go all the way up. All the way up. Past his eyeballs. And then this is all filled in here. It looks kind of silly right now. All right. Now let's fill in the bottom here. What's that? I love it. You are. My daughter brought me a picture. I'm gonna make a happy face. I think that's a good idea. Should we show the camera? Show the camera your drawing? Let's see her drawing. There we go. There's her happy face drawing in a house. Love it. All right. So the beard. Oh, don't really like that. Let's see. So we have to be careful because this bottom plane down here is as much room as we have to work with. But here you can see the shadowy area. That's where it will attach to the body. So we don't want to overlap. There's something called Z fighting where the colors overlap the different parts when it animates. And it does this kind of glowy, not a fun effect that you kind of wanted to avoid. So we got to be careful of that. And it'll be trial and error. But all right, let's give him, whoops, a little bit longer beard here. See, the photo, it goes down to like his chest. I don't know that we'll do that or be able to do that. That's a little trickier, but we'll try. Without him looking like a biker Santa, like dystopian biker Santa. Maybe that's his nickname. Although he's got a nice rounded beard. So maybe we put that one there. I think this still needs to be filled in. Maybe he's pretty well groomed, yeah? Fill this in down here. So we don't have a crazy face count. Maybe right there. Right there. Not that we'll see that, but. Alright, so that's a pretty good baseline start. His forehead's killing me. 5 head, sorry, 5 head. Let's see. Let's fix that then. Let's do this bandana, which the thing about these is to do lots of contrast. So we have lots of lights, darks, and middles without it being not a whole bunch of depth to it. So let's make the bandana maybe white, like almost white, just off white. Looks like I've got, what is this, F2, F2, F2. So this is what I want. So the bandana we're going to make kind of 3 dimensional. So we'll do one voxel layer on his forehead. So let's see. He's got it pulled down pretty far. And maybe we put his eyebrows back in, but let's do this across and see where we're going. Looks like a sweatband at first. Hello, Emmy Chains. Thank you for joining. So let's do a workout 80 sweatband for him real quick here. And I'm just going to paint through the hair. Let's get our line going and see what it looks like. And it kind of slopes down, so we're going to have that effect as well. It is my live stream. getting things kicked off, making our first character. We are making funny headbands right now. Okay, I think we will go down an extra layer, but let's kind of slopes down to his, yeah, because it's down to his ears here. So let's do maybe this bit, and then like I said, we will do all the finessing and the colorations. What? No way, Joseph. That's awesome. First live stream. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. That's awesome. Yeah, so for those of you who aren't reading the chats, Joseph here is amazing, first of all. And he has the power to do some pretty cool stuff. But he is announced that he's giving away a Wizzy the Blue NFT, which is a pretty sweet wizard NFT that was created on Sandbox livestream that they give away during their live streams. And occasionally he will drop in, as he is doing now, and give away them. They're pretty sought after. You can only win it once, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Wizzy the Blue, and there's kind of a growing collection of them now. So again, thank you, Joseph. That's awesome. Okay. So this headband's a little sci-fi here. Let's keep it going, building it up, and then we'll kind of carve out. Whoa, not like that. We'll carve out what we're doing here. For those of you that are newly joining here at the beginning, I kind of, since this is our first official live stream for the Monochrome game, I kind of gave a brief rundown of what it is and what we're trying to do. So Monochrome originally was a movie idea, or several rather, and we have finished it, and it is we released last October. It is on Amazon, free to watch right now, Amazon Prime, and it is kind of the prologue film to the original film idea, which the original film idea is wrote. We're in pre-production right now for that, and the basis of the world is it's a world without color, right? Without knowing the existence of color. And these individuals, which society labels as hues, start turning color all over the world. And the stories basically follow society's reaction to that, following these hues and their struggle to understand and survive. So the first film follows the first hue, and we have a comic book spinoff, which is picks up right where the film leaves off with new and existing characters. And now we're making a game thanks to the Sandbox. So the game will take place during this next film. Kind of confusing to say, but if you check out the website, it's all kind of broken down there. But the artwork that you see here of the Scouts is done by our comic artists, Cairo Rocha and Leko, and they're amazing. And now they're doing all of our concept art for the game. We have our teaser comic book. This is the first one we did. It's the first scene from the film, and each spread's done by different artists telling the same story. So it's pretty sweet. So we're building this world, spreading the message of equality, that sort of thing. So it's very exciting. So this guy is the Scout, and he's the first NPC you'll encounter in the game. And he is not a hue because he's a bad guy. So there is no color. So we've got to get rid of all of that, do all this in grayscale, which is fun but somewhat challenging. So let's see where we're at here. I think I went down too far. It's going to look like a helmet, but so far so good. let's see. We do want to kind of do this rounded thing, so I'll go ahead and color all this so we're not looking at crazy colors. So I'm gonna switch to a different tool now that I've shown you this one, which is the pen tool. The box tool allows you to do not just a box, but the whole shape rather than one voxel at a time, which is tends to be the favorite of most voxel artists. But all right. So let's see. We are down a little far. So I'm going to just take this hair color back. I'm going to paint that in and kind of round that out. And we will do those ties for his bandana. All right, that's pretty good for right now. All right. And looks like Joseph posted the magical Wizzy link. If you guys want to fill that out for a chance to win the Wizzy the Blue NFT, which again is a pretty awesome and highly sought after NFT to use in the sandbox. Let's see. So I'm going to make this a little more rounded out. It's not such a square head here. He's got a pretty round head in the drawing. Okay, that's looking pretty good. All right. Sideburns. How are we feeling about these sideburns and facial hair? Pretty wide beard. So let's fill that in a little bit more. I'm at the max down there, which is fine. I don't think I need to go up under there. We're not really going to see that. Okay, I think it's pretty good for right now. We might need to darken his mouth. We're kind of losing that underneath all of this beard. You have to get out of the first $8. Okay. So his beard kind of comes up there. It might have to be. Not a fan of that. That might be too much. Let's go with that for right now. All right, let's do his eyebrows back in. I think we're kind of missing some of that, which is a darker color. And again, he's kind of angry. Those are very dark. Let's, it's the same color. Okay, we're gonna do a new color for his eyebrows. Here we go. It's kind of hard to tell because those are way up there. I guess technically they would be covered up by the goggles. So we're gonna do some lines on them once we do some shading. But let's throw the back ties on here, and then let's move to maybe his chest so we can kind of get a full picture before we get into the fine details. All right. So I got my white selected. Again, we're working with voxels, which are blocks. So doing the more advanced shapes that are rounded and stuff can be a little challenging, but I think we can do it. So in the drawings, they're kind of off centers. I've messed with VoxEdit for a little bit. Still learning, always learning. It's pretty intuitive. It's a lot of fun. Enemy chain. So I would try it out. Sandbox.game. Download it. there's templates on there. If you want to make an animal, you go in and you can alter stuff, change the color. And there's a lot of good resources to help you learn the product. So yeah, try it out. Don't be intimidated. It's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of live streamers and documentation to help you out. So all right, so let's do this back part. So in the drawing, it's kind of to the side, which is kind of nice, but do we want to make it off center? I don't know. What I don't want it to do is look like a ponytail, which it'll be better once we kind of do all the shading and stuff, but let's just see what we get. We're going to turn off the parallel because we don't want it to be exactly the same. And then let's see what we can do here. And maybe like there's one. And maybe this one is like right. Whoops, not there. Let's see. Is that too big, too small? That's not too bad. Organic shapes are crazy. Hello, Rufu. Good day. Thank you for joining. We are playing with bandana right now. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. It still looks like hair, but we're going to get there. We're going to get there. All right. Something I do want to do before we leave the head for right now is make a stronger difference between his goggles band and his hair. So let's do that. We'll turn this back on. Again, working with just black and white. It's a little tricky sometimes. Emmy Chains, you won. Happy day. That's awesome. Now you kind of have a reason to go download it. Yeah. Thanks again, Joseph. That's awesome. All right. So his hair is a little different now. Rufu, Joseph just gave away a Wizzy the Blue NFT. Just barely missed it. All right. So I think we're in a spot where we can step away for now from the head. Let's save, which we hadn't done at all. Shame, shame. All right, so there's his head so far. Let's jump to the body so we can get a full look going on. This will be a lot easier than the head. The head's always the hardest for me. And so see, we're in here. You can see the shadowy area where everything kind of connects. So again, we're going to get rid of all the colors since we don't have that. And something I will do, I'm going to jump back to his head. I'm going to grab his skin tone swatch so that I can make sure that his chest is, okay, BF. It's the same color as his face and so on. So we're going to start with his skin tone. There we go. So the first thing we'll do is he's got this tank top kind of as his base layer. So we're going to just paint that on his skin. And then the vest here, we will add a voxel layer for that. If we did both, that would be really thick, having 2 layers of clothes. So we're going to just paint the tank top on. So let's do that. It's kind of a light gray, which is very vague when we're doing all of the stuff like this. So let's see. He's kind of got a deep V, guys. He's kind of got a deep V. There we go. Rounded. Not really V. It's like a deep U. All right, so let's color all that in. We'll do shading later. Just want to get the shape. All right, so that's his shoulder. Let's do 2 width going back there. Yep. Okay. And obviously it's covering all of his stomach. Thank goodness. There we go. Let's go to his back here. And we have the decision to make. Is the back... Typically it's not as deep, right? So we can do like that. All right, so fill all that in. That is hugging his side. Like that. Speaking of side, let's knock that out. Which goes back here. Actually, it won't be all that. It won't be all that, will it? His arm needs to come in here. There we go. All right. And the bottom's all covered. All right, now the back. And for good measure, let's do all this on here. Okay. So how does that look? Let's go back to the main view here. Pretty good, pretty good. I think we got to go deeper. Let's try that. Dang, that's really deep. That's a little too deep there. I like that. That looks pretty good. Deeper and wider. Okay, that's not bad. Now let's grab the color that I'm doing for this 78. The good thing about working in only non-colors is all of the hex codes are the same thing 3 times. So if we do that, it should be the same now. Okay, so he's got a tank top there. You might lighten that slightly. Let's make his arms his skin color, which I already forgot. Typically I write this down. Maybe I should do that. BF. So let me change. You're asking if there's a link to see the art and NFTs used in the past. So this is technically the first official NFT I'm creating that I can show right now. I've been creating some behind the scenes for the game that aren't the characters, the stuff that's, you know, not as fun to see, but those will be starting to be posted on our social channels, so like Facebook, Twitter, and our Instagram, which is a monochrome era. I'm on all 3 of those if you want to take a look. But if you want to get a good sense of what's possible, I would say go to sandbox.game and check out the marketplace, because there is so many awesome things, all kinds of things you can think of that are on there. I am relatively new to this, so these characters will be doing, I'm seeing, let's see what, we're 44 minutes in, and I'm I wouldn't call this halfway through, but we're gonna do a character a week. We'll do a stream on Tuesday and a stream on Friday. Friday will be the finishing touches, so we'll start building this collection. But yeah, that's what I'd say to check out. Okay, so now we're doing his hands, which are always tricky for me because you don't have fingers. Okay, so there's this skin color, and then the fingernails part, right? Art is this color, which unless he's a goth biker. Let's do a little bit darker, maybe like that. I'm gonna write this down because we're gonna have to do the other hand. So that's a 97 cubed. Skin color is BF cubed, right? And the dark shadowy area, some never go there, is let's make it like that. So 62 squared. Not squared, cubed. Save. Okay. All right. Although that won't matter because we'll put the black gloves on him, but I just want to get a base started here. All right, so basic skin color is BF. Right? Dark shadowy area is 62, 62, 62, and the finger area is 97, 97, 97. There we go. So we're gonna save that and take a look. Okay, that's pretty good. So far, so good. All right, so let's jump down to these sneakers. Looks like he's got some black boots sticking out from under the pants. That'll be pretty easy. So we'll do... It'll really pop when we come back and do different shades of that, and I'll kind of show you how I do that. I'm trying to do these as many values as possible. Let's make a note of what we have. So that's 26 cubed for the base part, and then 21 cubed. Okay. We'll make it a bigger, fatter boot when we get there, but... And I could... It's technically the same thing. I could copy it, the right foot to the left. But I'm gonna do it extra steps here just to make sure it's exactly the same labeled wise. Start labeling differently, especially in the template. Gets a little crazy. All right. Boom. Okay, so shoes are black. We're gonna get a good sense for what he looks like from a distance. Okay, so now it looks like he's wearing blue jeans. So he's got these motorcycle chaps. Is that what they're called? Chaps. So what we'll do, it looks like they're kind of like a light khaki. So we're going to go to his hip. You can kind of see all the moving pieces here if you click on it. So let's go to his hip. Let's figure out what color we're going to do for that. They kind of look like khakis. Khakis. What would khakis be in black and white? We don't want it to be a skin color, so let's 7E. Let's try that. It's just lighter than his shirt, but it is lighter, much lighter. So let's go a little bit up. 8C. That's better. Still darker than a skin tone. Let's go just a tad lighter. Just a tad lighter. 92. And let's jump into all his thighs real quick. All right. part's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. I just want to get him as close as possible. What did I say? Is it 97 or 92? It is definitely 92, right? Yep, okay. Although, we're going to dirty it up anyway. All right, 92, 92, 92. All right, 2 more parts and we will be rid of color. Save. They're playing a point game, it sounds like. Okay, so we have no more color. Let's take a look. Let's get him some movement. If he's idle. How about taunting? Oh, yeah, that's a taunt he would probably do. What do you think? So the thing about the bandana, if you wear one, it's so thin and you pull it so tight that by us doing a layer of voxel, it really looks like a hat or hair or something that's thicker. So we might have to revisit that. Yeah, because it kind of looks like hair and a ponytail. So, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. I'm going to go back to idle, which is somewhere down here. Joseph, they added a whole bunch of new ones. There we go. All right. What shall we do? I guess we can go ahead and do his gloves. That'll be pretty easy. So the tricky part, when you have the animation, is you see where they join. If I make his glove stop here, where his skin in this color, this corner digs into that, it'll kind of mess with it. So we're gonna have to make the glove go at least to 1 row right here, which is fine. So let's add a new color. These are gonna be pretty almost black. I don't want it piercing black, but so let's add that. Oh no, no, no. We don't need it on his shoulder too. Okay. Whoops. Okay. So what are we at? 0909 is 09. So the glove's gonna be a little bit longer than the photo, but that's okay. All right, so they attach right here. And I'm not painting with color. Let's choose the color. It's 09. All right. So the top layer. Now there's a gap just over his hand, right? Maybe 2 voxels. Yeah, that looks good. And then they're fingerless, right? So his fingers are cut out. So I think that's a good gap for that. Which means this is, oh gosh, my camera's all wonky. So if you hit this button here, the crosshair, it resets the view. It is my best friend. All right. So there's the glove, which stops. There's his finger, and then that's his fingernail. Same thing here. That's his thumb. Okay. And that's the opening of the glove. Let's see what that looks like. And I guess this would be black. Wait. Yep, that'd all be black. but it'll be a different black when we shade it. Let's see. That looks pretty good. Yeah. All right, now I'll do the same thing over here. So we take his left forearm, add 0.9. Okay. Save. Let's see if I can do this without having to go back. Okay. Add the color again. All right. So that's his fingernail. That's the part of finger that we're keeping. This is the glove all the way over here. Finger, glove. This is all going to be black. Oh, wait, except for right there. And I think that's it. No, that's not it. So all this is covered. All right, let's see what that looks like. Both of them should be identical. Looks good. See the nice contrast, which will probably expand a little more. That black really pops. His face is a little too close together, all the colors, so we'll mess with that. All right, the very last part will be his pants. Which down here is all the same. So let's get this. All right, let's see what this is. He's got the lighter pants, and then he has these chap things over them. That looks pretty good. So that's 5B. There we go. Now the tricky part. So see, can you see the mouse over here? Yep. So it kind of swoops down, which is going to bridge two different pieces. So it's a matter of lining it up and making sure that the colors don't. The different colors overlap each other while it moves. So let's start on the right side here. Okay. So that's 5B. Let's add that color back. We know it's going to be all down here, right? Because it's not yet formed. Down here. Okay. Let's see. Here's where his hips come in. Let's start it. You can see the overlap here, which is good. So if we do that, like that, let's try that. And let's drop it down even more right there. Screen is frozen. Guessing it does the same thing in the back here. And over here. All right, let's see what that looks like. Might need to go one block lower. Got a deep V shirt and deep V pants. All right. Hello, give me. Let's say do a stair step one up. Oh, I didn't do that on this side. Oh, I can't do it on this side. Shrieky. Just one. Okay. That might be what we're working with here. Let's see what that looks like. Can't really tell until we get that side. So let's do that. And then we're pretty close to stopping time for today. But let's get at least his right side here done. Okay, I can't see the colors, but I do remember the overlap. So this comes up. That should be it. Let's see. No. Let's see what that looks like. We really got to step back and see how they kind of join together. That's right. It gets smaller, kind of tapers as it goes up. So we need to lose this row. Maybe even like that. Might have to add one there if it's going to overlap. That looks better. Let's see. That was pretty good. So we'll have to repeat that on the other side there. So that's pretty good spot, I think, where we're at. Creating our first character. So we will pick back up on the scout character on Friday at 2 p.m. Central or 1900 GMT. If you guys want to tune in, we will finish the things for him, finish using the coloring, the shading, and hopefully we can get him done by then. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you want to stay tuned when we do our live streams and stuff, you can go to monochromeworld.com or Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at a monochrome era, and we'll do updates and that sort of thing. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you Friday.